Being told your cancer has spread is crushing, especially if it's spread to the brain, and especially if you're told later than you want to be. Well, this is true for many cancer patients. In fact, up to 40% of all cancer patients will experience at least one brain metastasis in their lifetime. But what if you could know earlier? Well, this would be life-changing for the over 1.5 million Canadians who have or are suffering from cancer. My research focuses on combining MRIs from patients who are at risk of cancer spreading with artificial intelligence to be able to detect these areas of future cancer spread. And we do this by looking at how water flows within the body. So imagine a river flowing with water. And in many ways, this is not unlike how water actually flows within the body, with its complex network of pathways, bringing water to every cell in the body that needs it. In a healthy brain, this flow of water is normal. But when a cancer begins to form, this flow can become obstructed, diverted in other directions, slowed down. And in our analogy, a normal MRI is like sitting on the riverbank, looking for these obstructions as they peek above the surface of the water. But if we instead use a special technique called diffusion-weighted imaging, we can observe the water's flow itself. Well, it makes sense that if a cancer is forming in a specific area, that the flow of water should be affected somehow. We try to detect these subtle changes in the flow of water before the cancer is actually visible on standard MRI. So my research hypothesizes that by tracking these diffusion images over time, we can quantify these changes in the flow of water within the brain. And in fact, we did find characteristic patterns that tended to occur in areas where cancer began to spread. We took these mathematical, statistical patterns and fed them into the AI model. And AIs are great at finding patterns that are not immediately obvious to the naked eye. We tasked the AI model to determine areas in the brain that are more likely to develop a cancer in the future. And early results have been great, sometimes finding these areas months earlier than just using standard MRI alone. So the direct result of this research is earlier brain cancer diagnosis, which could lead to increased patient monitoring and follow-up, and ultimately better, smarter healthcare. So, if you knew about cancer months earlier, how would that change your quality of life?